Well, back again for, well, who cares how many times it's been? All that matters is that I'm looking to stay back this time. And granted, that's very easy for me to say, as I'm sure I've said it before, but this time I'm looking to prove that I'm very serious about that. And I'll just let all of the following videos just speak for itself where that's concerned. And speaking of videos, it's definitely been some time since the last one that I posted, and it was a really interesting one, especially with all the things that I said or what I remember saying that night. Um, Especially given circumstances, which I won't be going into here and now. But at the very least, I know that I have a lot of things going for me a little bit differently now than what they were back when I was actually posting a little more regularly. And of course, needless to say, things have gotten better for me. I'm pretty sure that I had brought up the fact that I have been working a job now for the last 3 months, and it's been everything that I've needed to be, and I have absolutely no complaints whatsoever. Not that I would want to complain, because I've come to being of the mindset that that just doesn't do anything in the end. You're just letting out an awful lot of hot air, and I've never really been a fan of complaints, complainers, or any of that. And it's even worse when I'm the one that is complaining. And it's just moreover because of the fact that I just find that to be annoying in the first place. And if we're being perfectly honest, it's far and away a lot more irritating when it's coming from me. And just imagining how much more pissed off I am about that at that point. But that's really neither here nor there. I'm not here to talk about any of that. I just want to talk about how, like I said, a lot of things are different now. I'm actually feeling a lot better about life in general. And that's not to say, especially given the details surrounding the things I said in the previous video. And I noticed that there were quite a few of you who may or may not have been particularly thrilled with some of the things I said. I've noticed that whether it was comments, text messages, or what have you. To be perfectly fair, I might not have been doing my best to get the message I wanted across correctly. Um, I think it's very easy to come to the conclusion that just it wasn't the message that I wanted to get across necessarily, or at least it wasn't the way I wanted it translated. But at the same time, you know, there were a lot of things that I was saying that night that, even looking back on it now, I feel like, I wouldn't have done anything different or said anything differently looking back on it. But, I mean, the doors are definitely open for clarification. Any questions that you may have, definitely let me know, and hopefully we can get that squared away one way or the other. But, you know, everything in its time and place. That being said, speaking of time and place, it's good that I'm actually getting this going now, because I just have had a lot that would definitely be worth talking about. I just haven't gotten around to putting anything together until now. I honestly wanted to do it a little bit earlier than that, but I let myself get preoccupied by all of the incorrect things, and that's really the reason for all the inconsistency. Um, it's time for me to get focused now, and things are different, but more than anything else, I know that there are things that I have to do differently. There are things that I have been doing differently, but you got to keep changing with the times. And I feel as though with all the changes going on in just my life alone, it's just really, really important that, I take the opportunity that I have to reflect on what it was that I was or wasn't doing and how I can actually incorporate that into what and how I'm doing things now. So, with all that being said, I just want to talk about things to look forward to. Um, Originally, I was planning to do a live reaction stream for tonight's Royal Rumble. It is Saturday, January the 29th, and currently it's 4:23 p.m. Mountain Time. So we're talking about within a couple of hours from now, the start of the Rumble. In fact, I'm pretty sure that they have the pre-show going right now. I'd have to check into that. I haven't really noticed anything, but if somehow I don't wind up doing a live reaction stream, there will be something that I'll put up tonight. I'm definitely going to do some stuff with Broncos talk for sure, because boy, is there a lot to talk about. Namely, a new head coach, which I practically have forgotten how long it's been since I've been calling for that to be the case. And hallelujah, it's happened. It's not necessarily who I would have liked initially, but it's definitely going to be a welcome change. And that's, again, just going back to, I guess the moral of this story is just being able to change and really adapt and evolve with, what's going on around you, because that was the biggest difference more than anything else with where I was living before, is just the things that were going on around me. It just, there was no way that it was ever going to be conducive for me to continue doing this and actually be as successful as I wanted. I mean, sure, there are ways for me to make that work, but given how much trouble I've had with trying to learn some of that stuff, maybe in some way a lot of what's happened to this point turned out to be the easiest course of action for me to take. And I just hope that in the long run, big picture, grander scheme of things, these changes lead to just bigger and better things, so to speak. And that's really just putting it mildly. Also, I'll have a lot of things to say, not just about the Broncos or even the NFL. Of course, there was the supposed report Tom Brady is retiring. I'm definitely going to have something with my thoughts on that, because it's just really, really wild. We've got Championship Sunday tomorrow, and yet he's retiring. I don't know about that one, but we're going to save that for another video, which I'll probably be working on here very shortly. That being said, I just want to say thank you for those that have supported me. And I know right now that's probably not a particularly strong number, just based on the analytics or anything like that, or lack thereof, really. But regardless of who you are, be it family, friend, or otherwise, thank you just for taking the time to hear me out yet again. And I am not going anywhere whatsoever. I plan to be back, and we're going to keep this going, and we're going to ride it till the wheels fall off. That being said, I want to thank you very much for your time, and I hope all is well. Have a good one. If you enjoyed the content, definitely like, share, and subscribe, and let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. Have a good one.